I think a good personal statement will show enthusiasm for the subject, and then also we'll discuss any salient experience of the subject. So the enthusiasm, your instructors are very enthusiastic about what they teach. They're excited. They read about it. They talk to people about it at conferences. They write about it all the time. They might be writing newspaper columns about it. So we'll be looking for that same kind of enthusiasm from the student, which will tell us that you've got a genuine interest in what we're talking about and what you'll be talking about with us, and that's just going to help you in your studies. And then also the salient experience, that's another bit of evidence that we can use to see that you'll be well prepared when you come here to sort of hit the ground running. So experience could include any sort of elected office you held all through school, any campaigns you've been part of, anytime you've joined a protest, gone to a public meeting, just really any way you've been publicly engaged would be good evidence that you could put in a personal statement.
What I'm looking for in a personal statement is evidence that the writer has really thought about their choice of degree programme and has a feeling of excitement about it, a feeling of intellectual curiosity. So I don't just want a list of things that you've done or experiences that you've had, but something about how they set you thinking, the questions that were raised in your mind by visiting a museum or going to Greece or Italy. If there's a book that's really inspired you, talk about places where you disagreed with it or questions that it didn't answer and how you might go about finding out the answer to those questions for yourself.
When students are applying for physiotherapy, the personal statement is absolutely essential for us. We have a lot of students that apply for the course, and many of those will already meet the academic requirements that we ask for. So we need another way of deciding which students are suitable for interview. So we do look at the personal statement and we screen that. The sorts of things that we're looking for are real dedication to becoming a physio. I think that's the key thing. We really want to know that the students have thought about the profession that they're entering, that they've researched it, that they've had some work experience, and that they've perhaps considered the skills that they can offer if they're good communicators, if they're very dedicated and motivated, so that they can really show that they want to become a physio at the end of the degree.
The personal statement is becoming more and more important from the candidates since I have so many applicants to choose from. Again, I'm very interested in hearing about the candidate. I can see your academic performance. I don't really need to know too much about that. I assume you want to do dentistry, otherwise you wouldn't be applying to me. So talk about yourself, a little bit about the work experience that you have, the things that you do. Show me that you're a person that is concerned for society at large, not just the financial benefits that dentistry can offer.
A good personal statement can make a big difference, in fact, and especially for applicants who perhaps might be perhaps on the borderline in terms of their other achievements, their academic grades and their predicted grades. It can sometimes really tip the balance in their favour if they have a strong statement that suggests that they are really serious and committed to the subject.
I think a good personal statement focuses on academic things and is very specific rather than general. So rather than telling us that you really love English literature, tell us about a specific writer that you're interested in, and preferably something that you've read off the A-level syllabus.
The student should be honest and not follow a formula, try and be genuine about their own interests, exude enthusiasm as much as possible. If there's anything quirky that they've done that they think might catch the interviewer's attention, then that would be worth putting down.
It's very easy to read personal statements which begin, Henry Ford said history is bunk, and you know that this comes from the sixth form tutor, and you know that this is part of a formula. What we want to see is a genuine expression of your historical interests, and the best personal statement I've read this year is a statement which began, I first became interested in history when I spoke to my grandfather about what he did in Burma. To me, that was perfect.
What makes a good personal statement is an honest personal statement, one that candidly tells the assessor exactly what the candidate has done in terms of work experience and what their interests are in non-academic areas. Whatever their outside interests are, that should be in the personal statement in a clear but honest way. We do see a lot of what one could call spin and hype in personal statements, but it's very often quite easy to detect.